It's been getting really bad for Patrik Laine of the Montreal Canadiens. In yesterday's game, Game 2 against the Washington Capitals, Martin St. Louis decided to bench Laine for the entire third period. And it wasn't even just Laine. This tweet from Prianta Emmerich goes out there and says, "Tough night for the Habs Scandinavian players. Armia, Heineman, and Laine each played 1, 2, and 0 shifts in the third period, a coach's decision," according to Martin St. Louis. He went out there and said, "Honestly, I went with the 9 or 10 players who I felt could help us win," St. Louis said about benching Patrik Laine for the entire third period. So Laine, Heineman, Armia, not really getting the best of love last night in the third period. Honestly, I can argue a little bit for some of the other names that were not played. In particular, Yoel Armia set up that really nice chance in front for Alex Newhook earlier in the game, and that was one of those things where, hey, if Alex Newhook just buried it, if he was just able to go out there and put the puck in the back of the net, if he could just get that shot off a little bit better, then the entire series would have been shifted around. You can also say, though, that in that particular moment, Armia might have put the pass behind Newhook a little bit, thus causing Newhook to fail and not get the right angle for the shot. Anyways, that play was set up by Armia, and I'm pretty sure it was Laine too, right? I'm pretty sure it was Laine wing to Armia, out in front, back door to Newhook, something like that. But anyways, the Scandinavian players didn't really get played. Martin St. Louis said he didn't want to go with the guys whom he didn't feel could help the team win. And it opens a bigger conversation as to Patrik Laine in general. Because this isn't the first time we've been worried or spoken about Laine in a way that kind of paints him in the negative light. Mostly because there have already been some other conversations about Laine that I think we gotta get into here. Arpon Basu tweeted this out, or he didn't tweet this out, he posted this on Blue Sky. Seems pretty obvious at this point, especially after that last sequence, that Patrik Laine is nursing something that is hampering his ability to shoot. And if that's the case, sitting him should be a relatively easy decision. Basu going out there and starting out the fires as to whether or not Patrik Laine actually is hurt. This isn't the first time we have spoken about this, though, as it was also talked about by Alexandre Gascon on Radio Canada Sports. He said this on the Telemont Hockey podcast last week. Laine these days, first of all, teams are managing to isolate him better on the power play, and he no longer has the same swagger, the same power, the same heaviness in his shot. In Ottawa and Toronto, at the end of the season, on a few occasions, he would shake his hand away from the cameras, and there have been several times that he stopped the puck instead of taking one-timers. Even his wrist shot doesn't have the same vigor. We've been in this for at least 10 days. I think he's in trouble, and if Laine doesn't have that shot anymore, what does he have left? This will be linked in the description. It was posted on toutsurlehockey.com, and it just has the Alexandre Gascon quote, which is why I wanted to go out there and read it. This article, by the way, is written by Mathieu Paradis, and it asks whether or not Laine is carrying an injury. It's from last week, so this is as far back as we've been talking about Laine and his wrist. Laine's lineup slide could continue if he doesn't improve by Monday, move to the fourth line at 5-on-5, he could even be stripped of power play time. On the other hand, in the playoffs, he could be restricted to his specialty, which would also give him a lighter workload if he is truly injured. That's a really good idea, honestly. If Laine is hurt, if he is not capable of just getting pucks on goal in the same capacity, you really want to limit the amount of shots he takes, just throw him out there only for the power play. Bench the guy 5v5. He's getting banged up a little bit. We already saw what happened with the icing fiasco in overtime in Game 1. Give this guy very limited minutes, specialty minutes, highly tuned minutes where it's like, yeah, your only purpose on this team is to shoot that gosh darn puck when Lane Hudson throws it to you. That's all you gotta do. I think we did see some Laine one-timers yesterday, maybe like 1 or 2. If I recall off the top of my head, maybe it wasn't too obvious, but still, Laine was going out there and trying to do his thing, but it wasn't good enough. He didn't play in the entire third period. Now, the way Martin St. Louis spoke about it, saying, yeah, I went with the 9 or 10 guys that I felt gave us the best chance to win, doesn't seem like an injury thing from the way the coach is speaking up about it. It seems more like a situation where St. Louis is like, hey, this guy's not pulling his weight. He's not giving us what we need from him. And now, it's gotten to a point where Canadiens fans are really starting to bring out their pitchforks and say, hey, Patrik Laine, even if he was injured, I mean, he was not like he's playing too well in the first or second periods of Game 2 anyway, aside from the wing-to-wing pass to Armia. We don't even need to talk about Armia or Heineman. Everybody's talking about Laine. I guess, though, this ultimately does fully confirm everything that Canadiens fans were hearing about Laine when they had acquired him from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Oh, be careful. This guy is a puck-shooting, goal-scoring, goal-light-triggering machine, but he doesn't do that as often as you would hope him to be doing that. He is streaky. He has these moments. He has these down periods, these very obviously annoying down periods where his effectiveness is reduced to 0, and it doesn't ever seem to be consistent with this guy. Ever since his Winnipeg days. I mean, he was a 40-goal scorer. As a teenager, he was really good, but even back then, there were problems with Laine, and in the locker room, Blake Wheeler was going after this guy, and you could debate whether or not it was Wheeler's fault. Oh, it's the captain, he's going out there talking smack to the young dude. Like, is it more so the responsibility of the young dude to get up to speed and to play to the standard that he is held to? Or is it the leader's fault for putting his younger guys in a bad spot? That was a really big conversation back in the day. And then Laine went to Columbus, and I'm pretty sure there was overlap with John Tortorella there too. It's not like that situation got any better. Then they wanted him out as well. I think it was a group of 4 Columbus veterans that all banded together to tell management that we cannot play hockey with this guy. He needs to be traded. That was a big deal too. And now in Montreal, St. Louis pulling his top power play triggerman from the third period of a Game 2 against the best team in the East. Wild times for Patrik Laine, man. It's just getting worse for this dude. I know that we keep on making these hot and cold videos about the Canadiens. Last video was saying, oh yeah, just remain positive, folks. They're not supposed to go out there and win. They weren't supposed to make the playoffs. It's bonus hockey. That's great, and I understand that that is the case here. But at the same time, we can still talk about the negative stories on the team, and Patrik Laine is one of them. He got benched. He's not playing well. He's not shooting. Is he injured? Is he not? Marty St. Louis refusing to talk about an injury. Maybe if the Canadiens get eliminated in 4, then St. Louis will be like, yeah, Armia's got this. Heineman's got this. Patrik Laine's got a wrist thing. That's why these guys weren't playing all too well. Of course, we understand that coaches will never reveal their players' injuries during the playoffs. They're always going to do it after they get eliminated or after they win. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Patrik Laine and how it's just getting worse for this guy. Do you agree with St. Louis' decision to not play him in the third period? Let me know in the comment section why or why not. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.